I need a husband by tomorrow, she said. Single dad replied, so you'll live at my place. When the woman said it, she didn't laugh. I need a husband by tomorrow. Mark froze with a paper cup of burnt office coffee halfway to his lips. He'd been standing in the narrow hallway outside conference room C, balancing his phone, a folder, and the weight of a life that never quite seemed to settle. He turned slowly, certain he'd misheard. Sorry, he asked. She stood there in heels that probably cost more than his monthly rent, dark hair pulled into a low ponytail, eyes sharp but tired. This was Elena Cruz, the company's rising star, the woman whose name appeared on emails everyone read twice before replying. I said, she repeated calmly, I need a husband. By tomorrow. Mark blinked. You want me to recommend a service, or? Her lips twitched. I want to ask you. He laughed, short, awkward, reflexive. Yeah, that's funny. She didn't smile. Mark's laugh died in his throat. Why me? He asked. Because you're honest, she said. Because you're a single dad. Because you won't fall in love with me in 12 hours and complicate things. He stared at her like she'd just asked him to help hide a body. I have a 9-year-old daughter, he said carefully. A mortgage, a life that doesn't bend easily. I know, Elena replied. That's exactly why I need you. Mark didn't agree immediately. He told her he needed time. She told him she didn't have any. That night, he sat at the kitchen table with Lucy, his daughter, helping her glue glitter onto a solar system project. She talked about school, about how her teacher smelled like oranges, about how she wished he didn't work so much. Daddy, she said suddenly, why do grown-ups lie so much? He paused. What makes you think they do? She shrugged. Mom used to. Before she left. Mark swallowed. After Lucy went to bed, Elena's words echoed in his mind. I need a husband. Not love. Not romance. A husband. A role. His phone buzzed. Elena. I know this is insane. But if I don't show up married tomorrow, I lose everything. He typed, erased, retyped. Mark. Everything. Elena. My position. My father's company. My credibility. My future. He leaned back in his chair, staring at the ceiling where a faint water stain shaped like a continent reminded him that nothing stayed perfect forever. Mark. So, you'll live at my place. 3 dots appeared, then disappeared, then appeared again. Elena. If that's what it takes. By morning, his apartment felt too small. Elena arrived with a single suitcase and a folder thick with documents. She looked out of place in his modest living room, surrounded by loosest drawings and thrift store furniture. Lucy peeked from the hallway. Daddy. Mark knelt. Hey, Lou, this is Elena. She's staying with us for a bit. Lucy studied her seriously. Are you my new mom? Elena stiffened. Mark opened his mouth, but Elena crouched first. No, she said gently. I'm just a friend who needs help. Lucy nodded, satisfied. Okay. Do you like pancakes? Elena smiled for the first time. A real one. Yes, she said. I think I do. The wedding was a blur. A courthouse. 2 witnesses. Rings borrowed from a jewelry store with a return policy Elena had checked twice. Mark wore the only suit he owned. Elena wore a cream dress that looked like it had stories behind it. When the judge pronounced them married, Mark felt nothing. And everything. They shook hands afterward. Literally shook hands. Thank you, Elena said quietly. I won't forget this. Good, Mark replied, because my daughter's school has parent-teacher night next week. She smiled. I'll be there. The lie was supposed to last 30 days. 30 days turned into shared breakfasts. Into Elena learning Lucy's bedtime routine. Into Mark, discovering that Elena sang softly while doing dishes and cried when she thought no one noticed. At work, they played their roles perfectly. The confident executive and her grounded husband. People looked at them differently, at him differently. One night, after Lucy fell asleep on the couch between them during a movie, Elena spoke. My father built the company on tradition, she said. To him, an unmarried woman isn't stable. Not trustworthy. That's messed up, Mark said. I know, she paused, but I didn't know how to beat it without becoming part of it. He looked at her then. Really looked. The armor, the exhaustion, the loneliness she wore better than any designer suit. You don't have to pretend with us, he said. Her voice cracked. I don't know how not to. The first fight came on day 19. You can't just make decisions about Lucy without asking me, Mark snapped. I was trying to help, Elena shot back. She's not a boardroom problem to solve. The words hung heavy. Elena's eyes filled. You think I don't know that? I lost my mother when I was her age. I would never. She stopped. I'm sorry, she whispered. I overstepped. Mark sighed. I shouldn't have yelled. Silence stretched between them. Do you ever wish, she asked softly, that this was real? Mark didn't answer. On day 28, Alina's father invited them to dinner. He was polite, cold, assessing. So, Mark, he said, swirling his wine. What do you do? I raise my daughter, Mark replied. And I work hard. That's enough for me. Alina's father studied him, then nodded once. Later, in the car, Elena stared out the window. He approved, she said. I can feel it. Mark pulled over. Then you don't need me anymore, he said. Her head snapped toward him. Is that what you want? I don't know, he admitted. But I know I can't keep pretending if it's starting to feel real. She reached for his hand. Mark, it is real. At least to me. His chest tightened. Elena, I don't need a husband anymore, she said. I need you, if you want to stay. He searched her face for strategy, for calculation. There was none. That night, Lucy climbed into their bed during a thunderstorm, as she always did. Elena shifted to make room without thinking. Lucy curled into Elena's side. Are you staying? Lucy mumbled. Elena glanced at Mark. If your dad lets me, she said. Mark wrapped an arm around both of them. Yeah, he said quietly. She's staying. They never told anyone the truth. Not because they had to lie anymore, but because the truth had changed. What started as a contract became a choice. What began as desperation turned into family. And when Elena once said, I need a husband by tomorrow, neither of them could have imagined that the real miracle wasn't the marriage. It was the home they built by accident.